Welcome back to another Animation Throwdown video. This is Colin B189, and today I'm going to be doing my athletic overview. I did a similar thing for Fighter, and a lot of people seem to like it, so I'm going to go over 7 of my favorite combos from previous generations of athletic. I'm not going to go over the new combos, haven't looked at those yet, so I don't want to recommend anything. But my first favorite combo I'll be using a lot during the athletic BGE is Sewer Surfer Fry. So if you aren't aware, the buff for the athletic BGE is going to be Punch and Leech. And here's a screenshot from in-game with Mythic Fry and Mythic Bazooka Sharks. 52 Leech, 37 Punch. It's going to be a great card for the Rumble offense with 37 Punch and 31 Attack. It's going to one-shot mostly every card if you have CM2 at pretty much every level of play, especially because the defensive buff for athletic is going to be Leech, so it's not going to have any shield or bodyguard to limit the amount of damage it can inflict in the first round. And then on top of that, you have the 29 gas, so turn over turn is going to be putting out about, what's that, 108 damage, which is just crazy. I mean, it's huge damage, so definitely going to be a staple of a lot of decks. A lot of people have Fry, even if you're free to play. They've offered it so many times that a lot of people will have, at least a couple copies, if not enough for a full deck of Sewer Surfer Fry, which is a totally valid deck option, in my opinion, right now. So, with that said, let's move on to the next combo. So, the next combo on my list is a personal favorite of mine, Swole Francine. I did go into the Swole Francine box last time it was out. Just tier 8, got super lucky, got 3.5 of the PCs. But as far as the combo goes, it is an absolute all-star. I mean, it's going to crush pretty much everything. It can outrace Cigarette Addicts in slot 1. 44 Leech with the buff is, huge. I mean, leeching up to full almost every time. The only thing it's really susceptible to is maybe Gaga Ball with the huge punch and gas taking it down. But even with that said, it's still going to be more sturdy than Sewer Surfer Fry, because Fry has low HP when it combos. At least Francine has a little bit more. So here's a screenshot. CM2 I have on it as well. 86 health. It's not super high like Stewie or Louise combos will have. But with the 33 cripple, I mean, it's gonna be slowing down cards in slot 1 enough to get that craze rolling and take out pretty much every combo you're gonna be facing in SFC. So my personal favorite, I'll be running 6 of her in my deck. So the last offensive card or combo that I'll be showcasing here is Gaga Ball, and this should be the premier Rumble attack combo, even ahead of Sewer Surfer Fry, because first of all, Jean is an attacking character. Is going to have the buffed punch, 35 punch here on this screenshot with 26 health, and this was with one of the higher health, lower attack items, so you'll be having easily nearly 60 attack just in the punch and the attack. And the added bonus is that it has 30 jab, so any card that gets played, like a Peter, I'm trying to think of some of the mythics that have sturdy or bunker, it's going to eat right through that. And then even if it doesn't kill it with the initial first shot, the 34 gas should be more than enough to take out any card that is going to be thrown down against you in Rumble on defense. So those 3 are going to be the staple of my deck. I'll be running 2 Jeans, 2 Fry, and 6 Francines. So if you just stick to those 3, you'll have a great time, unless you want to add in some of the new combos. Like I said, I haven't really looked at those too much yet, but those 3 will be a staple of most SFC and Rumble attack decks for the Athletic BGE. So now we're going to move on to a few of the better defensive combos that you can use. First off is going to be Bobby with Rodeo Bobby. I do have CM1 on this, but it's going to be a fantastic card for if you have the mythic version for high level play. The legendary version is still kind of weak of Bobby, only 44 health, I believe. But if you're in the middle, like maybe top 100 to top 200 in Rumble, it's a very valid card to use for defense. Payback is an absolute pain in the ass when you're playing Rumble. It's a great way to chip away at the score, and the sturdy will help it survive, and the hijack will counter those Swole Francines that people may be playing against you as well. So, yep, that's the first one. Let's move on to the next defensive combo. Next up, we have Softball Bill. I did get CM2 just yesterday in the shop once I saw it come out, I was pretty positive I was going to go ahead and get it. It kind of suffers from the same problem as Bob, with Bill being a offensive character with a defensive-minded card. However, this is going to be a great card to stall a slot. Like if you play this in slot 1 against cigarette addicts, it's going to be fantastic at crippling down that attack. And if the opponent isn't using something like Zap to cheer it to get that craze off the ground, it's going to really help you out and give you a great advantage in that first slot. The leech value is huge, 38. It's going to be leeching up to full pretty much every time, and 29 payback will help eat through those lower HP attack cards that you'll see like Surfer Fry and Gaga Ball. So definitely one that I like. Not my favorite option, not my first option, but a great card, a great combo that will serve you well in certain situations. So yep, move on to the next one. Next up we have Bob with his Trapeze Bob combo. A little bit tougher for like free-to-play players. A lot of people are going to have the Mythic Bob, so I definitely recommend putting him in a deck. Just in case you need a stall card, something to slow down some craze like cigarette addicts, it's going to be a fantastic card to include in your deck. I do have 3 legendary Bobs as well, so I may be trying this out to see how it works in my deck, although I do have plenty of good attack options I'll be using in SFC. As far as Rumble defense, if you have a high-level Mythic Bob, it's a great option, but Legendary Bob only has 43 HP, so it's not going to be really usable in Rumble defense because it'll get one shot way too easy. But Trapeze Bob is something you'll see frequently on Bob's Burgers defense islands in Siege, and it will definitely do a good job if, say, a high HP athletic card gets dropped down first. It's something you can consider as like maybe your 10th character in a defense deck for Rumble if you have no better options. So something you might want to consider. It's going to be great for countering, obviously Swole Francine with the hijack, but even it'd be great for countering something like Gaga Ball or Surfer Fry, who has low health. The payback will counter some of the leech buff, and the gas will persist even after the card dies to those high-powered attack combos. So something that you might want to look into putting into your deck. Next up, we have more of a niche combo with Softball Boomhauer. Boomhauer is not very popular as far as mythics go, so not many people are going to have him, unless you're, top tier, get the mythic pulls often. You may have Boomhauer, but for me, it's going to be one of my favorite support combos with 25 health or 25 burger unrestricted. I use some Cognac Benders in my athletic deck, so it's great to have a heal option with such high heal value that's not restricted. The punch boost also gives it quite a good bit of power behind it. 55 attack in slot 1 is a good option, especially if you have CM2 or CM3. One of my guildmates has CM3, and it's going to be an absolute all-star during Rumble, getting the heal to increase the score, as well as giving it a solid one-shot opportunity and sturdy to protect it from any potential damage. So if you have Boomhauer, consider putting him in your deck if you don't have other options that you like. And we'll move on to the final combo of this video. So for the last combo of this video, I wanted to pick a card that's relatively accessible and is going to be great for Rumble defense. So we all know Joe has the enlarged trait on his character card, giving it a large amount of health, enough to survive one shot. And Joe is fairly common now with Laser Tag Joe and the Crippletron boxes being very popular in back-to-back BGEs. So a lot of people have some Quad Joes floating around to throw in there, and Swole Joe is going to be a great card for Rumble defense. Has 19 sturdy to give the opponent some headaches, and the key factor is the 21 payback, even without combo mastery, is going to be chipping away hugely at the opponent's score. 27 punch is no joke as well. It's just a fantastic option. If I do choose to run an athletic deck, Joe will be in it. I'm most likely going to be running a Wingnut Amy addicted deck, because Wingnut Amy has the athletic trait. So that's going to be my personal defense deck for Rumble, most likely, and something I recommend for you guys to look into, running Amy as your defense in Rumble. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again tomorrow.